Picture this. It's been a day. Emails, errands, everyone wanting something. You throw a leg over the bike, thumb the starter, and the world shrinks to a visor-sized movie screen. Your lungs take a real breath for the first time today. The street unspools, corners whisper, and somewhere between second and third gear, your brain says, "Oh, there you are." This video is the science and the soul behind that moment. Why riding feels like freedom you can touch, therapy you don't have to talk through, and joy you can steer. If you've ever tried to explain it to a non-rider and watched their eyes glaze over, send them this. Welcome to This Is Why Riding Feels So Good. We all say it. Riding is freedom. But what is that exactly? Psych researchers break human motivation into three big needs: autonomy, I choose; competence, I'm capable; and relatedness, I belong. Riding hits all three like a perfect chord. On the bike, you choose the line, the pace, the path. Twist to go is a literal dial for how much life do I feel right now. That sense that you're not being carried along, you're directing the day. On the bike, you set the line, the pace, the path. That tiny dose of choice, on repeat, tells your brain, I'm steering my day, which is why a 15-minute loop can flip a mood like a light switch. Competence is that warm click when you nail a smooth clutch release, roll a perfect throttle match, or finally relax your shoulders in a windy cross gust, and the bike stops wobbling like a shopping cart. Skill growth is feel-good fuel. You can feel yourself getting better, apex to apex, month to month. And then there's the wave. You know the one, 2 fingers down to the rider coming the other way. That tiny ritual says, you get it too. Meetups, group rides, wrenching days in the garage, micro moments of belonging threaded through a solo sport. Freedom doesn't mean alone. It means free to connect on your terms. If freedom is the chord, flow is the solo. Flow is that state where time blurs, focus sharpens, and doing the thing is the reward. Riding sets up flow conditions beautifully. Clear goals. Hit the apex, scan the next hazard, keep it smooth. Immediate feedback. The bike is a truth machine. Throttle in, weight shift, tire talk, instant results. Balanced challenge. Choose an easy cruise or ratchet up the twisties. You set the difficulty slider. In flow, worry falls away because attention has a job. You're not ignoring stress, you're outpacing it. And flow is addictive in the best way. You don't finish a great ride thinking, what did I get? You finish thinking, when can I do that again? Quick question, what's your flow road? Drop it in the comments, the exact stretch, landmark to landmark. We'll build the ultimate viewer map of roads that make time disappear. The ride isn't just motion. It's a moving front row seat to nature. Even short exposures to green spaces are linked with better mood and self-esteem. Add water, rivers, lakes, oceans, and the effect bumps again. That's the Sunday coastal run magic. Smell of salt, air, a little cooler, horizon breathing wider than your inbox ever will. Then there's awe. Big sky, canyon pullouts, mountain switchbacks where you rise above the cloud line, and the world goes, surprise! Awe does 2 sneaky things your brain loves. First, it shrinks your sense of me, which sounds negative but is actually relief. Your problems feel smaller because you just felt tiny in a good way. Second, it reconnects you with meaning. Standing at a scenic overlook with your helmet in your hand is a 30-second recalibration for what matters again. And unlike a movie, to get awe on a bike, you must participate. You didn't watch the view, you earned it, curve by curve. Effort colors memory, and struggle shapes remembrance. That's why the roadside burger on a long ride is the best thing you've ever tasted. Until the next one. There's a brain network that loves to wander. Replay the awkward thing you said in 2016, pre-play next week's meeting, worry about whether your lizard needs a bigger heat lamp, whatever. On the bike, that rumination machine quiets down. Not because you forced it, but because attention finally has a satisfying meal. You're scanning mirrors, reading intersections, listening for tire song, feeling the micro slip that says gravel near center line. That level of engaged attention replaces the background buzz. Riders call it the helmet hush. That calm focus that's not sleepy, not checked out, but deeply here. Once the helmet hush lands, your attention widens, and that's when nature hits different. It's relief without sedation. You step off the bike and your mind is tidy. If the helmet hush is real for you, tell me your first ride that gave you that silence. Year, bike, and what clicked. I'll post a bunch on screen in the next video. Bonus points for weird details like I realized I'd been clenching my jaw since February. Let's talk about nerves, the good kind. Performance follows a curve. Too little arousal and you're bored. Too much and you're overwhelmed. Riding when you match pace to skill and conditions keeps you in that sweet spot. Alert, present, alive. That little flutter before a new road isn't fear. It's your body sharpening the pencils. Heart rate up a bit, senses bright, color pops. It's why caffeine can't compete with a cool morning run up the ridge. The trick is staying in your lane, figuratively and literally. You want that buzz without the oh no. So, at GAT, as much gear as you can stand. Honest self-assessment and a mindset of smooth is fast. The more you practice fundamentals, the more the fun stays fun. Also, dear brain, we do not need to test that yellow line grip level today. Save it for the track, or better yet, never. Part of why riding feels like life turned up is embodiment. Your brain gets rich signal from the body. Bars vibrating, suspension loading, the tiny pressure on your boot as you upshift. That loop is constant. You act, the bike answers, and the road replies. It's a conversation without words. You're not sitting on the bike, you're wearing it. Cornering becomes choreography. Eyes lead, head follows. Shoulders soften, hips whisper, pegs speak. Try to explain countersteer at a dinner party and watch people's faces melt. Do it once in a parking lot and your body goes, oh, of course. When life has you floating above your own day, riding pulls you back into the suit. Here are your hands. Here is the wind. Here is the engine's heartbeat syncing with yours. That's medicine. If you're feeling this breakdown, smash the like so this gets in front of more riders and the maybe one days. Also coming up, the one reason group rides feel way more connective than brunch with your coworkers. Motorcycling has this paradox. Intensely personal, yet instantly communal. Roll up to a gas station in a small town, sport bike, cruiser, ADV, scooter, and within minutes, you're swapping route intel like old friends. Why? Partly, shared risk builds trust. You all got out here the same way. Gear up, eyes up, be decent. But there's also something cooler. Moving in sync changes how we feel about each other. Group riding, even just the staggered formation at city speeds, creates tiny rhythms you share. You stop together, look left together, pull away together. That coordination makes strangers feel like teammates. Plus, there's the lore. We inherit it. Hand signals, the wave, golden hour pull-offs, the guy who always brings zip ties and somehow fixes everything. And the stories. The time someone's spare earplugs saved a whole day. The back road that wasn't on the map. The diner with the pie the size of a hubcap. Group rides also teach patience. You will learn that every pack has at least one person who starts gearing up only after everyone else is fully ready. We still love that person. We just text them earlier next time. Sometimes the big ideas flow. Autonomy, hide in tiny moments. Here are a few to sprinkle through your next ride. the I live here moment. You notice a tree you've passed 1,000 times, but today the light hits it like a postcard. You feel oddly rich just to be near it. The perfect shift, that invisible buttery click where engine speed and rear wheel agree. You grin inside your helmet and nobody knows why, and that's delightful. The tiny rescue, brain replaying an argument, then a fresh smell of rain on asphalt. Petrichor, yes, that's what the smell is actually called, barges in and says, "New topic, saved by weather." The corner that teaches something. You enter hot, adjust, breathe, and exit better than you entered. Not luck, skill. That sticks. The kindness exchange. You let a driver merge. They actually wave thank you. World peace is achieved for 3 seconds. Okay, brass tacks, how do we amplify why riding feels so good? First, set an intention before you roll. 2 words, smooth lines, or see farther, or enjoy sky. It gives your attention a home and invites flow. Second, match ride to bandwidth. Low energy day? Choose a familiar loop and let the helmet hush do its thing. Feeling sharp? Add that new ribbon of road within your skill window. Third, curate the route for nature. Even city rides can brush parks, rivers, overlooks. Short doses matter. Fourth, build competence on purpose. Parking lot drills pay insane dividends. Braking practice, figure eights, slow speed balance. Confidence equals more joy more often. 5. Mind the body. Hydrate, eat, stretch shoulders, tension steals feel. 6. Gear for comfort as much as protection. If you're not distracted by cold hands or buzzing ears, your brain can bathe in the good stuff. 7. Ride with people who ride your ride. Similar pace, shared etiquette. A mutual respect for getting home safe. The vibes matter. 8. Savor the stop. Pull over somewhere pretty once in a while. Helmet off, 3 breaths, file the memory on purpose. And yes, splurge on the good earplugs. I promise they're cheaper than therapy, unless you count tires as therapy, in which case, same price, twice the happiness. Zoom out with me for a second. Riding feels good because it lines up with what being human is supposed to feel like. We're built to move, to master, to see beautiful things, to share a nod with people who get it, and to face the day with a little steady courage. A motorcycle is just a clever machine that lets us do all of that in an afternoon. The smell of pine at altitude. The way a new town unfolds as you roll in at dusk. The sound your side stand makes on gravel. These are not extras, they're reminders. Riding hands you back yourself, the present, noticing, choosing self. 1 mile at a time. Well, riders, if this resonated, you know what to do. Like the video so more riders and future riders find it. Comment with that one stretch of road that never fails to fix your day. I'm collecting them for a community map and shoutouts. Subscribe to keep the good rides rolling with us every week. And if you want a perfect companion, watch after this. Click over to Hybrid versus Gas Motorcycles, Torque, Range, Cost. Who wins 2025? We break down the real-world trade-offs with zero fluff and a few spicy surprises. It's a fun one. This is Motorcycle Vault. I'm glad you're here. Gear up, ride safe, ride kind. And remember why it feels so good. See you in the next one.